Hey everybody, how you doing? Dash and Dave here again. Monday, February 21st, 2022. Wow, we're getting right through February. Time is flying, and every day we get closer and closer to spring, people. Monday was a decent day, kind of just a normal day with a couple of exceptions. As the day turned out, I barely left what I call fast food row along South Duff. It just seemed all the offers I was getting and I was taking kept me in that general area. Never got past Grand Avenue out to Campus Town, let alone all the way out to West Ames. I was easily meeting the $2 per mile metric, and the overall offers were pretty darn good. It's a little after 4 p.m. and I'm about ready to hang it up, so I'm talking to Speed and I'm talking to Tony through the app. Remember, Tony's listening to us through the app. And I said, hey Tony, I haven't seen one of these for a while. How about an order to Nevada, Iowa, where I live, so I get paid to drive home? Sure as shit, an order from the interstate Arby's all the way to Nevada. I get paid to drive home. Oh my. I tell you again, Tony, he's listening. Tuesday, 2/22/22. We got a little freezing drizzle coming through central Iowa, but I decided to go over and, just test the water, see what it's like over in Ames there. I needed some gas, which is over in Ames at the Sam's Club over there. And I thought, what, if I get out on the highway and it's too slick, shit, I can come home. This is my job. I'm the boss. I can make the call. The highway was in pretty good shape, and miraculously everybody was maintaining a safe speed. We were doing about 50-55 on the way to Ames. But I'm thinking to myself, the store parking lots and the apartment complex parking lots and sidewalks, they may be pretty slick. I'm also thinking about how yesterday worked out, where I just barely got out of what I'm going to call the duff zone. And I thought to myself, let's try to duplicate that today on purpose. It happened naturally yesterday. I've got the day and the time. I don't know how long I'm going to be over here today due to weather conditions, but let's see if we can stay within the duff zone. My thought process is, the duff zone here is more residential and corporate. Very little college student business in this immediate area. So I'm questioning whether or not this can be sustainable when the college students are gone. If the duff zone can get me my pay, then I'll become Duff Man and just hang out in the duff zone. My God, there's nobody here at Sam's Club Gas. That is rare. Oh God, no. I tell you what, lately here with the price increases, it doesn't matter what time of day you come here, you wait 15 minutes before you get gas. Right now, Ames is kind of on the northern edge of this little winter front that's coming through, and we're going to call this the Sam's Club gas station effect. Holy shit, I have never, let me say that again, I have never rolled into this gas station and seen no cars at the pumps. Usually it's a 10 or 15 minute wait, because remember, as I said, Sam's Club is selling gas for 25 to 45 cents per gallon less than all the other gas stations in town. You have to be a member. But anyway, I've never seen this before. It must be pretty bad out in the outlying areas. So I get Speedwagon topped off and head on into town. The roads were pretty good. Ames did a good job, and really it wasn't that slick on the sidewalks, but you had to be careful getting in and out of your vehicle and walking up to the doors. Sticking with my strategy, I'm just hanging out in the Panera Bread parking lot and taking a lot of orders for the Duff area. This is working out so far, I'm thinking. I did 9 Panera Bread orders for the day, which was half of the total orders that I accepted. A lot of people were ordering Panera, a lot of doubles, but they were all meeting the metric. I love picking up at one store and delivering to 2 different residences that are less than a mile apart. I wouldn't say it was busy, but it was very steady. And then Tony smiled upon me. Now, I've talked about hidden tip orders before, and I've recently watched some other YouTube creator videos on Doordash hidden tips, and apparently there's a theory out there that there is little secrets and little tips on a hidden tip. And here's what it is as I understand it. You have to figure this out for your own market. Look at this order right here, 14 items, so that's a lot of items. All right, and then it's going 1.2 miles. The offered pay is $6.75. So this is the theory. A hidden tip will be within a large item count order that is within a few miles, never beyond 7 miles. You know, depending on your market, it could be 5 miles, could be 6. But anyway, all right. So it's a very short travel distance. It's a high item count on the order, which means a high dollar amount to the customer, you know, to the merchant store. And it'll be over $5. And the cents is 75 cents. So in this case, you know, it's 14 items, high item count, very short distance, 1.2 miles, and the payout offered is $6.75. These are all the triggers that indicate that this order could have a hidden tip. And like I've said before I heard about this theory, I had noted that all of the hidden tip jobs that I have taken have been worthy of the job with the offered pay, you know, standalone. I mean, look at this one here, 1.2 miles and $6.75. I really don't care about the item count. Hell yeah, I'm taking it. So let's go pick it up, make the delivery, and see if the theory holds true. Is there a hidden tip on this order? Now, there is one personal negative trigger on this order. I'm taking it up to the medical complex, and as I've indicated before, these can be some really cheap people in the medical field, I have found out personally. But I'm not going to not take it because of where it's going. You know, this is screaming hidden tip. Well, that was a good one. Thank you, Tony. All right, so in this case, all the indicators came true. Very nice hidden tip. Some of the other DoorDash YouTube videos I've seen, these guys have figured it down to the exact dollar amount. Like a couple of them have said it's $6.75, it's $7.75, you know, depending on their market. This day, I think because of the slick conditions, people were tipping a little bit heavier than normal, and I saw a lot of hidden tips. Some of them were only on the order of 50 or 75 cents, but hey, that's money in my pocket. And never forget, there can always be that cheapo there that even though it shows all the triggers, you get no hidden tip. The offer is what it is, $6.75 or $7.75 or whatever, you know. So it's, you know, what do I say over and over again? Learn your market, know your market, and work your market. Along that lines, this delivery here was to the pediatrics ward. I have made deliveries to occupational medicine. Actually, today I made one there. It was no hidden tip, but it was a good paying job. And I seem to remember my worst paying tip job to the medical complex was neurology. So pay attention to that, Dave. Pediatrics, they tip. Occupational medicine, they tip. Neurology, brain doctors, cheap some bitches. Things really slowed down around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so I decided to call it a day. Let's take a look at the numbers. I worked 4.5 hours, had 19 jobs. 9 of those were from Panera Bread. Total payout, $119.38, came out to a whopping $26.53 an hour. That is definitely a record for me, as this did not contain peak pay. 47 miles were put on the speed wagon. Thank you very much, big guy. And that paid out $2.54 a mile. Spectacular 4.5 hour period. The Duff thing is working. Hey, 2 days in a row. But, you know, we gotta do it some more. We gotta confirm that this will work. Strip out the hidden tip on the Panera Bread Medical Complex run, and I still clock in at $22.22 an hour. And remember, today's date, 2/22/22. Wow, how freaky is that? Speedwagon is absolutely filthy, has a white sheen to him from all the brine they put on the roads, you know, to help melt the ice. All right, so we're going to call it good here on this day. We're going to try the Duff thing again tomorrow. All right, Wednesday, February 23rd, 2022. It is 7:45 in the morning. Welcome. Parked here at right at the parking lot for Cabin Coffee. Woke up this morning, had some peak pay for today. Okay, so this is going to support my theory that I mentioned just a bit ago, that the college kids are not dashing as hard and as frequent as they were when it was nicer weather. You know, we saw the video for yesterday. It was miserable yesterday for a while there. Roads were slick and Speedwagon's filthy from all the brine that they put on the road. So anyway, got up this morning, you know, turned on the Dasher app, and peak pay scheduled from 5 a.m. to 10:59, 11 a.m. But when you tried to schedule and did the drop down menu, it was like for a half an hour, 10:30 to 11:59. A couple hours later, at about 7 a.m. this morning, yeah, I get up pretty early. A couple hours later, I looked again, and number one at 7 a.m. it was Dash Now, and I went to the peak pay. And the drop-down menus had dramatically increased. So a lot of kids had reserved it and then dropped out. So I was able to select 7:30, which was 15 minutes ago, up until 10:59. Getting my hair cut at 10:45, so that'll work out perfect. Plus, I'm scheduled all the way to 6 p.m. But anyway, yeah, so the kids are dashing a little bit less frequently, I think, than they were, a few weeks ago. Love it. Love it. And Jordan's out of the picture, he had a rock and roll day that one day. So today will be my third day of the test that I didn't realize I was going to do, of being Duff Man and just running Duff Avenue. That worked out spectacularly yesterday. If I didn't mention it, if you strip away the $20 tip for that Panera order yesterday, it was still $22.22 per hour that I made, not including that tip. Now, we're probably not going to see those numbers every day, all the time. And, the big question is can I sustain this? Is this sustainable, just running Duff? Now, the interesting thing, of course, is I'm still clocking in 10 miles traveled per hour. That's just the way it is when you're looking at the metric of $2 per hour, yada, yada, yada. Even though, I'm driving in a very small area. That just seems to be the way it is. So, and that's okay. But getting the hourly pay up, and I look back over the last few weeks on my spreadsheets, with the exception of, I think, 5 weeks ago, when I was just a few hours that week, like 16 hours, I am consistently, week to week to week, over $20 an hour, and usually a little bit over $21 per hour, which I think is fantastic. Speedwagon's going to be getting tires here in the next week or two. Got a little bit of money back from the feds, tax return. I've got with the money that I've saved, held back, and then the tax return money. He needs a battery too. He hasn't started a couple mornings. I have a maintainer on there, but that takes Dave to plug it in on the cold mornings, so he didn't start a couple mornings. But I plugged it in yesterday knowing it was going to be down to 0. We're showing -1 right now. So yeah, I broke my record of not dashing unless it was 5 degrees, but $1.50 peak pay for a couple hours. We got to roll. Absolutely. So it's -1. Speedwagon's filthy. The wind isn't blowing. We've been on a roller coaster here lately. Last weekend was 60 degrees, and now 3 days later, we're at -1. If you don't like the weather in Iowa, wait a day, it'll change. Everybody says that. But anyway, so sitting here at Cabin Coffee at 7:47 as we're speaking. Hang out here for a few minutes, see if I can't get an order to run me into town. If not, then I'll just, eat the 2 miles, because I start my mileage right now. I don't cheat. A lot of people cheat, I think, They do active time, they do dash time, not active time. They probably don't keep track of their mileage very close. They're not making nearly as much as they think they are. But anyway, we'll see how being Duff Man again works. Like I indicated, I just kind of stumbled into that on Monday, backed it up on Tuesday, and we'll see how that works, man. If I can do that, then the longer this is sustainable, then that indicates to me that even when the college kids are gone as a customer base, because when I'm running Duff, I'm not delivering to college kids. It's all townies and corporate. So, you know, we'll see how that all plays out. All right, so decided to head on into town here, go sit at Panera, see what's going on there. I'm going to do my same strategy that I've done in the past here with peak pay. So peak pay is $1.50 per job. When a job comes up, I am taking off the $1.50 and then applying my 2-mile minimum metric to the regular pay and the tip, whatever that is for the job, because I want the peak pay to be all extra. And, you know, in case you're not following me, let's say there's a job offer that pays $5.50 and it goes 2.5 miles. Well, 2.5 times 2 is $5. So that meets my $2 per mile metric. But remember, it's got a $1.50 peak pay on that. Let's take that $1.50 peak pay off the job offer, and now we're at $4. 2.5 miles does not meet the metric. So peak pay comes off. Apply the metric. That makes peak pay all bonus money. Okay, there we go. Taco John's, 5.7 miles. Under my $2 per mile metric, that should pay $11.40. It's paying $6.75 with a $1.50 peak pay, so it's only paying $5.25. In other words, that's a decline. Okay, there's one. Hot damn. Tropical Smoothie Cafe, 1.8 miles, paying $8.25. That's what I'm looking for. Shit, that one's paying $6.75 to go 1.8 miles already, so that's an accept. But I do want to check the address. Okay, not a biggie. I've been there before, I think. So, you know, even though a job meets the metric, I've really been using the floating widget a lot lately here to look at the addresses, the physical addresses, before I accept or decline an order. And the map does a pretty good job, but like I said, it's scaled, so sometimes it can throw you a little bit. And I will look at a job and go, okay, well, that's just a few blocks away from Duff Avenue, when in reality it turns out to be into Campus Town. And I don't want to run that far, you know. Grand Avenue is kind of my line. So anyway, yeah, I've been using that floating widget a lot. That, you know, can tell you the items. Sometimes that tells you the subtotal. It's a good bit of information to have. Unfortunately, you guys with iOS, you don't have the floating widget. Okay, I hadn't had a chance to talk to a couple of the girls in there at Tropical Smoothie since that catering job last week where I got screwed on a tip. And they said that catering orders like that come through a company called Easy Cater. Okay, fine, and then I'm just the hired gun. But they said, the girl said that the whole total for the job goes to corporate. They're getting an hourly wage. So, it's possible that that customer, you know, with the $263 order, left a tip. You know, was it going to go to the girls? Was it going to go to the driver? Was it going to get split? Well, apparently it went to Tropical Smoothie Corporate. They just keep everything as the gross pay for the job performed. So maybe I should not be as critical as I have been on that specific customer. She may have left a really healthy tip. Tropical Smoothie took it. You know, and hey, I'm the hired gun. through DoorDash. And I knew what the job paid. I was given upfront, you know, knowledge, $275. So anyway, yeah, there's that's too bad if Tropical Smoothie is doing that, and I'm betting that they are now that the girls have explained it to me. So maybe that customer, like I said, maybe she thought she was tipping us. You know, that's one of those things you just never know. All right, that job had a hidden tip. You might remember that it was offering $8.25. The final payout was $9.25, $1 hidden. Now, this busts the whole hidden tip trigger, you know, specs. There was no 75 cents involved with this hidden tip. So, you know, everything is not set in stone and 100%. This is a very slow day. They're offering peak pay to get us out there and make the deliveries. You know, it's a pretty slow day. So in this case, the offer was for $8.25. It was just a normal run, not a high item count. So remember, some of the triggers that we're talking about is high item counts. DoorDash has a tendency to hide a little bit of tip every now and then and springs it on you as just a bonus. So in this case, all the metrics, all the triggers, none of that applied. The original order offer was for $8.25, including the $1.50 peak pay. DoorDash held back a buck. Actual payout was $9.25. All right, so let's wrap up Wednesday. Kind of a slow day. It was a little steady, but kind of slow. I worked 7 hours, had 20 jobs. Payout was $132.75, which came down to $18.96 an hour. And remember, for a few hours there, we had a $1.50 peak pay. Speedwagon, we put on 65 miles, which came out to $2.04 per mile on my 2-mile metric, so we met that one. All right, Thursday, February 23rd, 2022. It's slow. Holy smokes, is it slow. It's 9:40 in the morning. I have not had one offer worthy of taking yet, and we're under $1 peak pay right now until 10:59, 11 a.m. Got over here about 9. Did my cabin coffee sit. Nothing happened there. Look at this parking lot at Panera Bread at 9:40. Usually this is packed. There's no parking places left. Slow, very, very slow. I think, Tony, you should have made it $2.50 peak pay. Every order that has come up on the app, subtracting the $1 peak pay to see if it meets the $2 per mile metric, has been horrible. Nowhere near close. Looking on the map, Duncan's not even hitting over in Campus Town. That's how slow it is. Wow. So, day number 4 of the Duff Zone run may not be a very good test day. We got some weather coming in. Gonna have about 2 inches of snow all told between about 3 o'clock this afternoon and tomorrow morning. I've got some videos to make, you know. I can go home and take a nap if I want. So we'll run this for a few hours, see what happens, you know. Lunch run will start here in about an hour. Lunch in Ames is 10:30 to about 2:30, 4 hours, like I've mentioned before. So anyway, you know, it is what it is. You know, it's the market. And we've had some little bursts. You know, it's going to get better. I watched a video last night from Moore Financial, Mr. Moore over there, Blake Moore, and he did a little video on, has DoorDash changed? Is it worth it anymore? Yet, he made a video just about a week ago, you know, talking about, hey, it's slow, you know, stick with it and all that. But he was kind of focusing on how, you know, we've all seen the news reports that people are quitting their jobs in droves, and a lot of them are jumping in to the gig economy. I put a comment on his video, stick with it, keep the faith. My thought process is, and I've kind of seen it with some of the people that are door dashing around here. There's one guy that is in Ames here. His carry bag is absolutely brown, filthy. He's scraggly haired. I mean, but anyway. Okay, so here's my philosophy is a lot of these people that are not going to McDonald's or Wendy's or Taco Bell or are quitting those jobs, yada, yada, yada. These are failures. If they failed at making a burrito, they ain't going to cut this shit. You know, this isn't easy. I mean, it's fun as hell. You got to have you've got to be quick-witted and quick on your feet, yada, yada. Like I said, you got to be able to crunch numbers, gather data, figure out how your market works. you know, and that's what I've been doing here. You know, like I said, this Duff thing kind of fell in my lap, and it may not work. You know, it may be just a fluke. I have a suspicion that once things pick up, maybe I can make it work, but only time will tell. Okay, so anyway, you know, let's see, what else can I report on? I got a text, not a text message. Someone commented on my catering gig from Tropical Smoothie where I got that 0 tip. It was the manager of Tropical Smoothie, and he says, I'm real sorry to hear that. And he explained it much like the girls did, because I gave them my business card for my YouTube channel. And when I went back a little bit later in the afternoon, one of the girls said, yeah, I started watching the video. Thanks for saying, you know, good things about us. But anyway, so yeah, just to highlight that again in case I didn't do a good enough job the first time around. Usually on a large order like that, Tropical Smoothie delivers it. They couldn't do that day, so they contracted out Doordash to do it. When a large order like that comes in, one of the potential platforms for that is what is called Easy Cater. You know, another app, another platform. So the person who ordered that order went through Easy Catering to get the Panera, to get the Tropical Smoothie order. I was the delivery service. There is a $20 fee, delivery fee. There is a $20 delivery fee on Easy Catering jobs. Now, do they keep it? They didn't give it to Tropical Smoothie, and they didn't give it to me, so they just kept it. All right, so here we go. Perkins Restaurant, 0.4 miles, $5.75. Strip off the dollar, that's $4.75. 0.4 miles. That's got to be just literally over here, probably Sean. I've been delivering to this guy a lot. He probably works from home. He lives right over here, literally a block away. So we will accept that, absolutely. It might be Sean. It is Sean. That's funny. And
the destination is on the left.
Yep, thank you, hon. It's an apartment complex. He's on the ground floor, amazingly. And I drive up in the alley, jump out. Okay, so anyway, all right. Well, there's the first one of the day. All right, we'll see how this all works out. All right, it's just a couple of minutes before 10 a.m. You saw me make that Perkins run to Sean a block away. Thank you very much for your business. We're going to break a record today that we don't ever want to see again. $5.75 an hour. Wow. You know, in my short DoorDash career, never has it been this slow. I mean, wow, wow, wow. And again, look at this parking lot here at Panera Bread. Hopefully we can start seeing some people pull in. I mean, that's eating at the restaurant, but anyway. So it's slow, you know, and there's gonna be slow periods. I totally understand that. And in this slow period of the first quarter of any, you know, year, this is the slowest it's been. Otherwise, it's been somewhat sustainable for me, which is great. So anyway, well, don't know how much more you're going to see for Wednesday, but we'll continue this little weekend review as things progress. Well, we just had a double from Panera there, 12 bucks, $6 each. That helped save the morning. I'm up to $15 an hour. Wow. Okay, 4.2 miles. Well, that's because I'm pretty far south of McDonald's. I'm noticing when I'm hitting the decline button, the menu's not coming up, asking me the reason. I saw that last week and then it went away. I've noticed some font changes and some slight different layout changes under the tasks menu. And if you've seen this before or you have not seen any changes, I read an article quite a while ago. It was very, very heavy on the tech. Okay, Panera Bread, 7 all the way out west. Nope. I read an article real heavy on the tech about how DoorDash runs what they call an Alpha Beta Charlie software system. And that's pretty common in the software world, the app world, where they have 3 different profiles going. And so that way they always have a stable platform. And the thing that DoorDash does that's unique apparently in the technical world is they run all 3 at the same time. Now I don't know if that's different regions or just, you know, the server happens to push to me Alpha on a day or Beta or Charlie or whatever. So anyway, that's why you might see some changes in the app, whether you've done an update or not. In fact, yesterday, it was in the afternoon, I opened up my task menu and there was the font changes and the layout changes was different. Okay, so what we got here? Pancheros, Panda Express, 4 miles, $8. Take away $2 for each of those as the incentive pay. We're down to $6. I'm declining that one. So anyway, it's nice not have to hit the, I've got to go to the bathroom or I don't want to go to the store, but I imagine it's going to be short-lived. So it's just a little after 11, like I said. I'm at $30 here. We're on the metric for the mileage. I don't know how much longer I'm going to hang out. It's dead slow. The guy at Panera Bread even made the comment about how slow it is. Now look, oh, we're no longer in peak pay. That's right. That ended at 10:59. So I just got those two under the wire. All right, didn't realize it was that late, even though I said my time out loud. Okay, 3.4 miles, $2.75. Decline. Cheap SOB. Okay, Panera, 9.6 miles, all the way to Huxley, 10 miles south of here, $8. 2 items. Could there be a hidden tip in there? There should not be. And if Tony puts a hidden tip in something like that, that's bullshit, because not very many people are going to take this order. Put the whole amount out there, which I believe they do, so the customer gets their food in a timely manner. Decline. I'll take one to Nevada, Tony. How about a Subway sandwich to Nevada? I've seen that about this time of day before. All right, Noodles and Company. 3.1 miles, that's 6 miles, paying $7.75. Let's take a look on the floating widget. Where's the actual address? East 13, 2601. Ooh. Okay, well, you know what? That's at a motel. We're right here at Noodle Company. We're going to take that one. That'll be on the east end of town. I'll scoot home.
Next right, then turn left.
That's right on the east end of town there, on East 13th. I'll scoot home the back way after that. I'm going to call it. It's picking up a little bit better, but man, I'll tell you what. Excuse me. Before that Panera double that was paying $12, 2 $6 orders. 4 orders in a row. And remember, this is with peak pay at that time. They were paying $1 a mile. Oh my. So, all right, so we'll run this one out to East Ames and call it a day. Go home, work on some video, cook some food up, do a little laundry, domestic stuff around and whatever, and take a nap probably too, okay? All right, so we'll see you Thursday. So here's the numbers for this abysmal Thursday. 2.5 hours, 6 jobs, total payout $38. Came to a whopping $15.20 an hour. Put 16 miles on Speedwagon, $2.38 a mile. That looks good, but you look at everything else and tomorrow has got to be better, right? Right, Tony? Right? All right, Friday. Beautiful looking day out here. There it is. Oh my, you couldn't have timed that any better. Damn it. I just replaced a turn signal. And now it's going clicky, clicky, clicky real fast. All right, so cabin coffee. No, that's not Presley. I wanted Presley. Well, damn, I just replaced, you saw that. I went to the shop there. So let's see real quickly here. Well, Billy Sunday Road, that's okay. And then the next one's down by the airport. 9.7 miles from where I'm at. That should be 20 bucks. It's paying $15.50. But cabin coffee's still a mile or so away from me because I hit Dash Now when I was still in between Ames and Nevada. So that's okay. $15.50 to start the day out. 6 items. I think that's an accept. Okay, so, well, damn it. Well, that's not good. So I blew a turn signal yesterday afternoon, and then it started working again. And so I went and the plug was the bulb was blown. It was black. So I just stopped there and got another one and threw it in. It worked once, and now I don't know if you can hear that. You know, when you got a bad bulb, the blinker goes double fast, double speed. So anyway, okay, well, we're starting out the day pretty good. I had a $15.50 payout to drive me into town. That's okay. Had about 4 inches of snow last night, but let's see, it's finally above zero. It's 6 now. It was 1 below. I brushed with a broom just to get to Speedwagon here and make area for the cats outside to have their breakfast. And but we're going to be 50 degrees in 2 days. It's going to be 22 today. Actually, I think it might be 50 tomorrow or Sunday anyway. So, you know, we're just in that cycle where it's cold, warm, cold, warm. It's Iowa. It's February. March is going to be even more of that. So anyway, okay. So we'll just see how this all goes today. Yesterday, wow, what a day. 575 for the first hour. Oh my. Got to be better today. All right, it's 11 o'clock. Just delivered a Panera double. Going back to Panera to pick up another double. This one here is paying $11. Anyway, we're at $43, 2 hours in. That's $21.50 an hour. That's a hell of a lot better than $5.75 yesterday. So, beautiful sunny day. The temperature's trying to warm up. We're at 12 degrees, and things are melting. Turn signal's now working on Speedwagon. Had a little issue with that. Had to get another one, but anyway, everything's all good. So let's just keep rocking and rolling. All right, just did a run out here to Gateway Center. It was outside my duff zone, but needed a little windshield time, a little breather time. The orders have been coming hard and fast. It's just spectacular orders, huge orders. A lot of corporate orders, everybody buying lunch for everybody, you know. It's just, you know, one day is $5 an hour, the next day is $25 an hour. So we're at $100, 4 hours in, $25 an hour, $2.85 per mile so far. This is going to bust it a little bit as I drive back into the duff zone, but it's working. Everybody's smiling. It's a beautiful day out here. It's going to be 50, 60 degrees this weekend. People are eating, you know, and having fun doing it. So the traffic is insane. Speedwagon is filthy. The volleyball coach I just hooked up with out here at the conference center out at the Gateway Hotel, that's the anti-lock brakes acting up a little bit there on some slick. He says, I think I see you in a brown SUV. I said, well, it's supposed to be silver. So anyway, rock and roll, just keep on going. I haven't eaten yet. I'm working on Starbucks, Reese's Pieces, and Kit Kats, you know, so anyway, it's a good day. Let's keep going. All right, it's almost 3 o'clock. About an hour and a half ago, things just really died down in the duff zone. I was getting orders that were taking me out to Campustown or West Ames that, you know, paid my metric, but, you know, I want to stay in the duff zone. So I declined a bunch of those. Then a whole bunch came through for the Duff Zone that were $275, $375. Then I got an order to go out to West Ames delivering kitty litter from PetSmart. And it paid, you know, $9 to get out there. It was, you know, within the $2 per mile metric. And I thought, well, we'll see what's happening out there. Then I picked up Lee's Restaurant, you know, some Asian food delivered to a guy just right around the corner. Then I just drove all the way back through town on Lincoln Way. I'm, you know, in West Ames. I'm in Campus Town, and every offer after that Asian restaurant that I got was Chipotle, Panera Bread, Wingstop, everything over here in the Duff Zone. So we're back in the Duff Zone. Firehouse Subs, never been there before. Gonna go pick up an order there, take it to one of the few motels I've never been to, with the exception of I was there today, delivering, I believe, Chipotle. But anyway, so I think there's a volleyball tournament going on here, collegiate volleyball tournament. So anyway, gonna go to Firehouse Subs here for the first time, deliver it to the motel that I've only been to twice now. We're still above $20 an hour. We're probably about $250, $270, you know, per mile. Pretty good day, a little bit of a slow down period there. And I thought, you know what, when that happens, I can go ahead and go to Campus Town, I can go out west. And like I just said, sure as shit as I do that, everything's back here in the Duff Zone. So, you know, it's playing around, doing some strategic changes and all that. So it's a lot of fun. Like I said, it's a puzzle, it's a game to me, having a blast doing it. All right, I know what's going on with all the charter buses here and being having jobs out some of these motel complexes. It is the Big 12 Indoor Track Meet Tournament. So everybody's here. I've seen Oklahoma logos and Jayhawks logos in this motel. Probably every college is in a different motel. But anyway, so that's good to know. And I think they're just rolling into town, or let's see, this is Friday. My bet would be they rolled into town today. And, or maybe the first round is today or something like that. But, because all the buses are sitting at the hotels. So, and the kids are in the hotel room. So anyway, all right, well, I've got a few hours scheduled tomorrow, Saturday, and a bunch of hours scheduled Sunday. So, might be able to pick up some of them guys. They're tipping pretty good. That's good. Well, it's about 3:30. I can only work till 4:30 because I didn't hit the bank before I left town, and I need to get some money out. So I think the bank closes at 5. But so got about another hour to go. We're doing pretty good, all things considered. Speedwagon's absolutely filthy. Take a look at these pictures. All right, so we'll just keep plugging along. I love this job, I really do. I can't say that enough. And I've got a very opinionated video cooking that'll get released and dropped in the next few days, sometime next week maybe. And we'll see how that rocks. Wow, what a difference a day makes. I had one more order out to a hotel complex, and then I decided to wrap it up. Let's go ahead and take a look at the numbers. I ran 6.5 hours, 22 jobs, a lot of doubles. I like those doubles that start at one restaurant and go to two places that are very close to each other. Total payout, $147.20, which comes into a very respectable $22.65 an hour. We put 62 miles on Speedwagon, and the mileage rate, $2.37. A damn good day. You know, stick with it, people. There's going to be slow days. There's going to be great days. You know, the dramatic change from yesterday to today, you know, I've never seen that before. I expect I will see it again. You just got to stick with it. You know, not sure exactly what happened, but, you know, today is Friday. People got paid yesterday or this morning or whatever, and they were hungry. It was a beautiful day out, sunny, you know, after that 4-inch snow. You know, who cares? I was working. I finally got to eat, I think, around 3 o'clock or anything, something like that. But anyway, Okie dokie, so a good day. I've got hours scheduled for the weekend. It's good to know that that indoor track meet tournament is here. You know, somebody told me you need to go to the convention website and keep an eye on the athletics, you know, to know when stuff's going on. And that's a good point, but I've got hours scheduled every day, and if it's slow, I can always go back home. Okay, it's my understanding there's been some scuttlebutt on some Reddit forums. I don't do Reddit, I don't do Twitter, I don't do Instagram, but anyway, there's some talk and chatter about sometime in the 1st of March that us Doordash dashers need to strike. I'll let you know my thoughts on that real soon. Alright guys and gals, that's all I've got for you today. Hopefully you can take something from this video and put it to use for yourself. Thanks for coming along for the ride, and hope to see you next time.